So here we are asked, which of the two comparisons in the last two questions do you find more helpful? If we look back here, do you find it more helpful to know that Peru has 21 million more people than Bolivia? Or do you find it more useful to know that Peru is 3 times as big as Bolivia? This one I was able to remember. By the time we got to the next page, I had already forgotten that the difference between the two is 21 million. But the almost 3 times as big was simpler. I guess it's because it's a simpler number. So that felt more useful or easy to remember. And sometimes the simplest thing feels the easiest. But depending on the situation, it's possible that knowing this would be useful as well. So that's what I said for my answer to number 25. I said the second comparison is a little simpler, the 3 times as big, but the first one may also be helpful in certain contexts. And then down here, do you agree with this statement? Comparing with subtraction makes more sense when the two numbers are similar in size. Comparing with division makes more sense when one number is much bigger than the other. So with Peru and Bolivia, Peru was so much bigger than Bolivia that comparing with division made more sense, 3 times as big. But if they were very close to each other, like if Peru was 33 million and Bolivia was 31 million, then comparing by subtracting might make more sense. And so I came up with a different example here. If one sister is 2 years older than the other, ages 13 and 11, it makes more sense to compare with subtraction and say 2 years older. And if we divide to get 1.18, the older sister is 1.18 times as old as the younger sister. That does not seem as useful. That's sort of a weird comparison. So saying 2 years older makes more sense when the two numbers are closer to each other.